Greetings, YouTube. Cross-Train here. Coming to you today from Ultimate General Civil War. Once again, today I thought I'd do something a little different than my last couple of videos, and I would talk a little bit about Army management, Army building, management of your game outside of the battles themselves. So what I've done is I've finished just recently. I finished this battle here at South Mountain, as you see on my battle or my page here, my career page. Fighting as Union, you can see I heavily outnumbered the infantry. If you look at the little pop-up box, I had 30,000 infantry to their 16,000. I also had 750 cavalry to their none, and then I had 62 guns with 1,550 men as compared to their 54 guns and 1,273 casualties. I sustained a little bit high. I was attacking across an open field, I might add, and so I sustained 4,818 infantry casualties and also lost 249 of my cavalry. Didn't lose any guns and didn't have anybody captured, so zero missing. Confederates, on the other hand, lost 75-49. They lost 35 guns to us. We took out 892 of their artillery men. They had no cavalry, so they lost none. And then I captured a whole brigade that had 1,084 men. So that's the results. And what I've done is I haven't gone ahead and redone anything after the battle because I wanted to kind of share what this looks like in the management phase. So this is your career page, as you can see down here. And this is where you can put in your points. You get 1 or 2 after every battle, basically, if you win it. If you don't win the battle, then you do not. Here's all of the battles so far I've fought on the Union side. These are both the major battles as well as the more minor skirmishes. And I am going to go ahead and spend. I've got 1 career point to spend. And I believe, after thinking about it, I've got almost maximum army organization, which means the next point I put in, I'm going to have the maximum army size you can have, which is 5 corps, 4 divisions per corps, and then 6 brigades in each division, with each brigade having a maximum size of 2,500 men. But I don't need that right now. So I'm not going to spend another point in this right yet. Training is really handy. You can see I put a lot of points into training and army organization. Training, I get 20% discount on veteran costs. We'll talk about when I get to the Army page itself. But right now, what I think I want to do is invest 1 more point into medicine. You can see on the little pop-up that what this does is it increases the amount of casualties that get healed after a battle. In other words, you don't have to replace them. And as some of my more experienced units, I replace with veterans. When I lose men, I replace them with veterans. This helps to keep the cost down because you have more men that are wounded but come back into action. So we're going to go ahead and put 1 point into medicine. You can see now that 8% of the casualties I have will be restored after the battle, which is fantastic. And I'm going to go ahead and apply that. And that is the my career page. So I'm going to go backwards on these tabs. I'll jump into the barracks right now. Here's the academy over here on the left side. These are all of the officers that I have the capability of recruiting. This is the cost to recruit these. These are all captains. Basically, at this point, I have enough money up here. You can see 581,000 plus that I buy every major and above that I can find. So I've got 15 actually. I think I have 15 majors, 2 captains, which I very rarely use, but probably should use in really small, like artillery groups, or if I had a small cavalry corps, I could also use them. But I have 15 majors, and I'm going to invest them here to build another corps out. Right now, I've got 1 lieutenant colonel. I've got 2 colonels who are currently wounded. So they were wounded in one of the last 2 or 3 battles, or 1 to 3 battles. Typically, they stay unusable because they're wounded for a period of 2 to 3 battles, 4 battles, what I've seen. I have 1 brigadier general, Winfield Hancock, in my reserves in my barracks, and then I have a wounded brigadier general as well, Melvin Shaler. These are, by the way, all historical figures. You can see, I think I have, I'm Custer's, Willie Custer. I have Custer in my army right now. So that's the barracks. So you can, as you lose officers, because you do, some of them are killed in battle, some of them are wounded, you can't use them, so you've got to replace them. I have 15 majors because it's my plan to build a fourth corps to my army before I go into Antietam, which is the next battle. And each of those brigades in there need to have at least a major in order to give you any decent size. So I'll have 15 majors basically leading my my divisions. So I'm going to try to do that because I could have some challenges with the leadership of that division. So I may not be able to to build a fourth division just yet, or a fourth corps. So what I may do is just fill up my first three. So that's here. The Armory is next. On the left is what's available for me to buy right now. You can see from the most basic gun right here. And if you hover over these, you can see what their statistics are. So the damage, the effective range, their fire rate, their accuracy, and their melee strength. And all the way up to the best weapon that I have available for infantry, right here, the Spencer. Same thing, and this is what I have in my armory right now. So these are captured, some that I've bought, some that I've earned by using my reputation up here. And so these are sitting right now in my armory, and I can assign them to a unit at any time. Have the same thing going on with skirmishers, different weapons oftentimes. And this is what's sitting in my armory right now. My cavalry, again, all the weapons that are available over here, and what I have sitting in my armory, and then my artillery, which again, all the weapons available, plus what I have, most of these being captured. And I have some pretty good ones in there too. These 20-pounder Parrots are really good. I love the 12-pounder Napoleons. And for different functions, the two 10-pounders, the Ordnance and the Parrots are pretty good as well. So those are the three tabs on here. The main one is your Army Management tab. So let's just really take a quick look at this. The last battle we had, South Mountain, which I showed you the results of here, I decided to take my second corps in because this first corps is my most experienced corps. And you can see I've got two brigades that are 3-star, which is a top you can get, 3-star brigades. I've got a 2-star, another 2-star, and a 1-star. And then I've got a bunch of 2-stars down here in the 2nd Division as well. What I did for this last battle, since it was a minor engagement, I decided to take my 2nd Corps in and move down. The 4th Division is actually the 3rd Division out of the 1st Corps, but you can move them. So I moved them down here so I could have a full complement. I was able to take 20 brigades into the battle. So this is what happened after the battle. I haven't done anything to these. You can see right now I can have a maximum. I've got 5 brigades in each division. I can make a 6th, but I haven't yet in these. So, and I'm not going to for the time being. And I also have a 3rd Corps, which has 15 brigades in it, and my 4th Corps has nobody in it right now. So, and I'm going to build that out probably not until after at least this next battle. I need a couple more general officers in order to lead divisions up here. So let's go back here. Let me show you a little bit about it. I won't do all of this. Just really kind of want to give you a look. I wanted to give these guys some more experience, so I was able to do that. You can see these little symbols here, the little up arrows, means all these 4 brigades all earned enough experience to level up. So let's go into the 1st Connecticut here. You can see their information over here. They are commanded by Colonel Roland Torbert. And I did pick up 1st level. So I'm going to go over here. And these are the different options. I can pick the endurance course, which gives me stamina, efficiency, and foot speed. I can give horseback riding, which again gives stamina, efficiency, mounted speed. And then the discipline training, which will increase my morale in my efficiency. Efficiency is really, really important. Morale is pretty important as well. They don't break as quickly if they have a higher morale. So I think for this, I'm actually going to go with the discipline training, increase my morale by 10 and my efficiency by 5. So I'm going to go ahead and increase that. You saw that my efficiency and my morale both jumped up a little bit. So that's what I'm going to do with that. I'm going to do the same thing. I do the same. These are all infantry units. So I do the same thing with my infantry. I'm going to increase. Here you have the choice of, again, discipline training, which is increase the morale and efficiency, or endurance, which is stamina, efficiency, and speed. I have come to like this discipline training more, so increase my morale and my efficiency. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to do the same thing with both of these divisions, or both of these brigades, I should say. So that takes care of my the promotions that I earned within these units. So now let's. I'll start with the. I'm going to go with the 30th Maine. Here's my basic. You can replace. Oh, this guy's really close to becoming a brigadier general. In fact, he's got probably 99 of 100. So one more experience, and he will become a brigadier general. So typically, what I'm trying to do with these, and this is advice I got from watching others that play this game, when I replace with a 1-star unit, and I've got to replace, like, I'm going to take this up to 2,000, so I need 165 men. Typically with a 1-star unit, I'm going to replace them with rookies because rookies don't cost anything. So, well, that's not entirely true, but I'll show you this in a second. So take it to 2,000. And what you saw, if you were watching this is 58 experience now. Watch, if I go back here, we are currently sitting at 64. So if I put rookies, mix rookies in with these guys who've already got some experience, then it drops it from 64 down to 58. So I give up a little experience for the cost of nothing, because these are rookies, so I'm throwing some green soldiers in with the guys who've worked some experience. All it costs me is reinforcements. So I'll take 145 reinforcements. They'll get this weapon. I have 4,974 in my armory, so it won't cost me anything to replace their weapons. All it will cost me is reinforcements and no gold to get these. If I was to do this with veterans, you can see what happens here. I don't lose anything. This is 64 still. And I don't lose any of my measures here within this brigade. But it also cost me $3,538 to bring 145 veterans into this brigade. So I am going to, typically when they're 1-star or 0 stars, I bring rookies in. When they're 2 stars, I'll try to do a mix of rookies and veterans, enough not to lose too terribly much. But for these 1 stars, until they get to 2 stars, they just keep getting green soldiers. So I'm going to go ahead and apply this. See, he's back to 2,000. I'm going to do the same thing here, just keeping an eye on. Let's go all the way to 2,000, see what this does. Now you can see that this creates my morale to go down that much. You can see I'm still okay. I need 467 of them. Yeah, I give up a little bit of morale. I gave up some of this, but it's still a 1-star unit. So I'm going to go ahead and apply that. So that's really what you do after battle, is you just figure out how to reinforce all of these guys again, and I like to get them up to full strength again. The next battle that I'm going into is Antietam. I'm not going to go ahead and do that for all of these. You guys get the idea after a couple of those. But let's go in and take a look at what I'm going to be looking for in the Battle of Antietam, which is the next one up. You can see what the rewards would be if I win it, if I have a draw, and if I lose. Then these are the rewards. So I'm going to, you also see, because of my victories, this one, the enemy effect, because I defeated the enemy at South Mountain, they lose 2.5% of their army size. Because I defeated them at Crampton's Gap, these are the two battles, the minor engagements that led up to Antietam. I lose 2.5, or they lose 2.5% of their army size there, and because I beat them in the last major battle, which was the second battle of Bull Run, they lose 5%. So those wins do matter. In the previous battles, it does impact the size of the enemy's army. So winning them is important. But so this is what you're looking for. I'm not going to read all this because I really just want to show you what this next battle looks like and what I can field. You can see I can field 20, 40, going 20, 40, 60, and 40. So I could field in this next battle if I had an army this size, which I do not. I could field as many as 100 brigades of soldiers. So because I'm only going to have three, potentially some, I'm going to try to build up my first, second, and third corps to be 20, 20, 20. And if I can build any of that final corps, the fourth corps, then whatever I get, whether it's 5 or 10 brigades, or potentially it'll be none as well if I can't, then they will go into my reserves, which means they'll come into the battle after at the certain point in time when they're supposed to come in. But as it is, you have to field these three first as much as you can. So I'm going to try to get either between 15 and 20 in each of these three attacks. This is the Confederates' left flank, their center, and their right flank. So conversely, this would be my attacking right flank, center, and my left flank on the attack. So that's what I'm looking for. So I'm going to build my army out to accommodate what we just saw right there. So I am going to look to maximize what I can bring into this battle, and then we'll get started from there. So that's just a basic look at what this game looks like on the outside of the actual battles themselves. I love this piece of it. It's kind of a chess game to try to figure out exactly what you want to do and how to maximize your effect in battle. So, until next time, this is Crosstrain coming to you from Ultimate General Civil War. Peace.